Hi and welcome to Cars and Coffee Stories. We are in San Clemente, California. Next to me is Mike. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So basically, this is a 68 Camaro that started as a stock-bodied Camaro. I knew I wanted to race with it, so basically I've gone through the entire car. The only thing that remains stock on the car now are basically the roof and the doors. The rear quarter panels have been widened 2.5 inches. The front fenders have been widened at 1.5 inches. These are all carbon fiber. The whole front clip is carbon fiber. Carbon seats, as well as a carbon deck lid and everything else to try and reduce weight. The weight's down to about 3,200 pounds. And that's about the weight that we need to run for the classes that I run for the different races. So for Optima Ultimate Street Car, it's GTV class, and the minimum weight requirement is 3,200 pounds. So that's about where I'm at as far as the weight requirement to run in that class. It's a vintage class, primarily for vehicles, I think 88 or 89 and older. Primarily, the races are out at Fontana at the Auto Club Speedway. The Optima Series runs there. They're going to actually be running there in September, the middle of September, so I'll be running that. I also ran recently at Pikes Peak in Colorado.
Cool.
I've gone to Vegas twice this year to run, and it's not a trailer queen. Whenever I go to Vegas, for example, I drive the car there, I race it, and I drive it home. It's also got an LS2 with the cam in it, basically, and 6-speed. It's running all Speed Tech suspension. That allows me to run wider tires, better rear grip. So I'm actually running 335 square on the car, front and back.
That's great. Your best experience?
The best experience is running the track, especially with Optima. They do a great job running events. They run a great event. You know, you get to do a myriad of drag racing, autocross, speed stop, road course. So you really get to, you know, test the car and its limits and your limits as well.
So how are you doing so far? Are you happy with the performance?
I'm very happy with the performance. I've got to work on the driver modification and get more experience and seat time with that and get better. But the car is where it needs to be. I've got a new motor being built for it right now. I'm hoping at the end of the month we'll be in it. It'll be a stroke 416 LS3, which should do about 625 horse to the car.
Is it scary to drive?
There are some moments where, you know, there's some the pucker factor, so to speak. When we ran 3 weeks ago at Pikes Peak in Colorado, part of the road course was part of the oval. So it was the NASCAR type oval with a high banking. And going that speed, you know, 120, 130 miles an hour when you're right next to the wall and then diving down onto the infield is it's pretty scary. So yeah, there's some moments where it catches your attention.
Also, the interior looks pretty nice, I have to say. It's not like completely stripped down like on a race car. It's still kind of, I mean, it looks like a daily driver if you don't go on the track, right?
Yes, so the interior is actually by TMI Products. They're out of Corona, California. The car actually went to SEMA in 2016 for TMI in their booth, and they're showcasing their interior. They do retrofit aftermarket interiors, and they're the reason why I was able to build this car, because they needed a car for SEMA, and I've got a friend that works at TMI, and they've been great support as well.
What's the part where you're the most proud of, or your favorite part of the car?
My favorite part of the car is the wide body. The car doesn't look like a stock Camaro. And it's subtle changes. You know, if you look at the rear quarter panels, you really have to look down the side of the car to see the expansion of the rear quarter panels. So that's what I'm most proud of, is the subtle changes in the body that allow for the wide body of the car. But it's not a bolt-on flare kit, for example. It follows the same body lines as the car, and it'll stay timeless. The car started out as a midnight blue when I first got it, and after doing body modifications and, you know, with racing, I didn't want to actually throw a bunch of money into a paint job that is just going to get chipped and hammered at the track. So this is actually a vinyl wrap, and I kind of went outside the box and wanted something that was a little more in your face as far as color was concerned, and I think I'm really happy with the color and how it turned out.
Last question, what do you think of today's cars? Especially Camaros.
Today's cars, the new ZL1 1LE Camaro, I've had a chance to drive on the track, and it's phenomenal. Yeah. I know that the new body style isn't for everybody, but you know, they tend to grow on you after time, and I think they're doing a great job with it. You know, and not being a big Ford fan, I think the new Mustang is phenomenal as well, as far as the body lines and the look of it and everything. So I'd like to do a modern muscle track car someday, but maybe that's when I stop spending money on this.
But there's no end, huh?
No.
All right, Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you.
Thanks.
Thank you.